Yo, what is up, guys? This is BDB Fishing. Today I'm going to show you how to make this portable GPS mount. So first what you're going to want is you want two square boards. You want to cut them 12 by 12, 12 inches by 12 inches. And you can basically use any plywood you have. Next you want four of the same size, 12 foot by the height of the GPS mount you want. I have mine 12 by 5. You can do it 12 by 6, 12 by 7, whatever that floats your boat. Next, we're going to go with a 10-pound weight. And the only reason why I'm including this is this is used to hold down the actual GPS box onto the bottom of your boat. You also want some carpet glue. You can buy that at any local Lowe's or Home Depot. You want some scissors. Also, you want this carpet. This is outdoor carpeting that I went ahead and picked up at Lowe's. You can get that. That works really well. And also some box cutters will help you a lot. And if you guys don't like to get glue on your hands, you can also go with some gloves. Okay, so the first part, what you want to do is take one of your squares and you want to put it down on your carpet and you want to trace out about 2 inches around your whole square and you want to cut out a piece of carpet. So next, what you want to do is lay the square block onto that carpet. Make sure it's evenly spaced around like I have it right now. And you want to cut out square portions on each of the corners, as you can see I'm doing right now. And so the reason why we're doing that is just to make it so the carpet can fold evenly onto the square block, and it'll make some really nice creases at each of the corners. Now that you have finished cutting out the squares on each of the corners, now make sure you do this with all these boards. You want to wave off all the dust, and you want to go ahead and check to see if all those flaps meet up and cover those corners, because that's one of the most important parts of this build, is you don't want wood to be showing. Okay, so now that you have this carpet cut out, you want to go ahead and take out your carpet glue, and there's this glue smear that you can also buy, so go ahead and buy that. Forgot to mention that, but basically you want to take it and smear this glue over the back side of the piece of wood until it's evenly coated. And so once it's evenly coated, just go ahead and place it in the center of your carpet. And once you do that, you can go ahead and trace the outside of the board or the edges of the board with this glue and also evenly coat that. The next step of this process is one of the hardest parts of this whole project, and basically what you want to do is pull on these flaps as hard as you can while still holding the board, and pull on, try to get all of the air out in between the edges in the carpet. And then what you want to do is get these small nails and nail down each flap to prevent them from unsticking from the side of the wood. So I just finished nailing down each of these flaps, and I did them in a crisscross pattern. And once you're finished with each side of the GPS mount, you want to take them when you're finished and you want to store them in a dry place for preferably 3 to 4 days and wait for that glue to seep into the fibers of the carpet. That way it'll set and it'll handle weathering very well. So this is what the finished product looks like. It's very clean. You got 2 screws in each of the corners, and that helps hold down the flaps. And you also have some small nails in between those screws. I also lay down the flaps of the carpet in a crisscross pattern, and that makes sure to cover all the edges neatly. Next, you're going to go ahead and drill some holes with a bit. And it depends on what screw you use. I forget what screw I'm using, but just find a screw that works. There. So we got this one in. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this one in over here. Okay, so want to make sure it goes in the hole that we drilled. So right there. Right there. Okay, there. It's in. Okay. Okay, with the vacuuming clip of that. So now we have our box here. Now we got to put in the weight. The weight is the probably one of the most important things besides the carpeting in this contraption. And the weight is going to help keep the whole thing stabilized on the boat when it's moving, or if there's wakes, or you know, whatever it has to deal with. So we're gonna go get some screws, and you guys can just choose whatever screws you want. I'm probably gonna go with something that doesn't go very deep, just something to hold it is what I'm looking for. There, so that's not gonna move around now. That's not gonna move around. It's not gonna come up. It's all tight in there, so you don't have to worry about that moving around. Just go tight. Sorry, it's not a couple of millimeters. I would do maybe a centimeter or two. Just you do not want to crack the wood. Okay. So now that we have this wonderful thing, here, I'll show you guys how I did it. So basically, I put the thing in, the weight, put 4 screws on the outside. It's not gonna move. And I'm probably gonna do like one over here and one over here, just to, you know, make sure, so I don't have to go back, open it up, and redo it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I chose this ram mount. It fits the Humminbird Helix 7, but I would choose whatever ram mount fits you. Ram mount's pretty cool because you can adjust your GPS in whatever view you want. Okay guys, so I just finished screwing the ram mount in, and now I'm gonna go ahead and drill a hole where I will run my cords through, and so that I can attach it to the GPS. So here's the finished product. We have my Humminbird, and this is the Helix 7, and here's a box I made for it. We have the ram mount right here, and the wires just go straight up through the hole, back to the back of the mount, back of the device, and you can move it all over. Like if I want to move it up closer to me, I can move it right there, or if my brother wants to see, I can go ahead and move it right there and he can see. But yeah, so if you guys want to build this, just go ahead and follow my instructions in the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.